lot.
So what was the first fish that y'all caught down there?
I think it was a snook. It was either a snook or a redfish. I remember Mason making the comment the very first day of us driving 1,500 miles to catch another freaking redfish. Once you have your high tide, and it's so high, and all the water pushes back in the roots, you'll be fishing something, and you'll hear fish just going apeshit 50 yards back off the bank. So you can't even see the splash.
So I mean, like, you came in like, look at my friend Barrett, he swam with a whale shark. And I'm like, swam with a whale shark? And I'm like thinking like, oh, okay, like got some like SeaWorld.
No.
Feel.
Tejas Podcast is the podcast for you and you.
What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 19 of the Tejas Hunt Club Podcast. I'm Brandon and Meagan, and this week we're going to be sitting down with Captain Barrett Garrison of Garrison Guide Services out of Lake Jackson, Texas. We're going to be talking about sight casting redfish. We're going to be talking about his spontaneous trips that he's been on in his life. Barrett's a really, really cool dude, and he's got to do a lot of cool stuff, and from fishing on charter boats to fishing in big billfish tournaments, and now he's guiding trips inshore along the Texas coast. As I mentioned before on other podcasts, we got a lot of content coming out right now. So we just dropped our Poma Range Day video from a couple weeks ago from the Professional Outdoor Media Association conference. So that video is up on our YouTube channel. Definitely go check that out. Drop a comment, drop a like. There's a lot of cool guns that we got to shoot at that event. So check those out to see if you want to grab a couple of them. The podcast last week with Alan from Lazy CK Ranch, if you haven't checked that one out, that's really cool, talking about their Featured Hunter Summit that they put on. So if you haven't listened to that podcast, definitely go give it a listen. Alan and what they're doing over there at Lazy CK Ranch with this event is really, really cool. It's helping hunters learn different techniques. It's not just for beginning hunters, it's for hunters of all experience levels. I guarantee you could probably take something away from that event. We'll also have a video from this fishing trip that we went on with Barrett. We talk about it in the podcast. Saturday we went out, we got on quite a few fish, but like the podcast says, we kind of messed it up in our casting for most part. We caught a couple of them, but there was just a few tough shots, and then also, man, to be able to sight cast and put that lure right where you want it to go, you need to be pretty good at casting. So Saturday kind of started off slow, but on Sunday we killed them. We caught 5 or 6 good redfish, had a whole bunch more shots. We saw a bunch of tailors, a bunch of backers and stuff, saw some sheep's head, saw quite a few different species of fish, so it was pretty cool. That day was definitely better, so check out that video. It's going to come out on Sunday, so subscribe to the YouTube channel so you get all the notifications for that. So next month in July, we're actually going to be at the TWA convention. So if you're going to check that out or be there anytime that weekend, shoot us a DM or something. We can meet up. Be pretty cool. I've been to TWA convention a few years ago, but it's been a little bit since we've been. So we're going to go check that out this year. Should be a pretty cool event. Just talking about, wildlife in Texas and everything. With that, I know July 1st it opens up, but the mentored hunts through TWA, that application process is going to be opening up. So if you want to get on that either as a hunter or even as a mentor, definitely check out TWA's website, and they'll have all the information on that to get signed up. As always, guys, we appreciate y'all listening to the podcast. We appreciate y'all following and subscribing on Instagram and YouTube. If you haven't, please do. We'll have all the links and stuff in the bio. Then we'll have it pop up here on the video. So enough blabbering on this intro. Let's get into the podcast with Captain Barrett Garrison, and let's hear about his fishing adventures.
Yeah.
Tag on it.
Oh, perfect.
Not suitable for children.
Yeah, be like, just give them a warning.
18.
Be like, look, when you're listening to this podcast, if you're afraid of your kids hearing something bad,
It's going to happen.
Just don't listen to it.
just listen when they're not around.
Sorry, I'm just salty old fishing guy. I can't help it.
That's funny.
F-bombs flow like wine.
Hey, man, it happens sometimes. Yep, we're rolling. So cool. Guys, welcome to another episode of the Tejas Hunt Club Podcast. This one, we're coming from not in Tejas Hunt Club Studios. We're down in Lake
Lake
Jackson,
Jackson.
Yep.
Lake Jackson, Texas. So this morning, or this podcast, we're sitting here with Mr.
Captain.
Captain.
Put some respect on it.
Yeah, Captain Barrett Garrison. We went fishing with him this morning, and we've been fishing with him for a few years. More than a few years.
More than a few years.
Yeah.
At least consistently in the last 4 years. Yeah. We've been coming down here
Yeah.
once a year, if not twice.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I guess, Meagan, since, you're the reason why we know Barrett, why don't you
Sure.
explain how y'all met?
We went to high school together, for sure.
Junior high.
Everything.
Yeah.
We grew up together. And his little sister and I were friends as well.
Mhm.
And then shout out to McKenna. She listens to this. But we just we're kids together. We had the biggest memory I have of us is the surfboards in the pool at 2 a.m.
It's your grandma's house?
Yes.
Yeah.
And she knows all about that, which cracks me up. But yeah, his mom was a significant part of my life too, and his dad as well. So we've known each other for a really long time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we've been wanting to get Barrett on the podcast, of course, because he's a salty old fishing guide, and he puts us on some fish. So
Every time.
and he's lived many, many lives in his short life, for sure.
Oh yeah. That's true.
So Barrett, why don't you give us a little introduction on yourself?
Yeah. So I grew up down here in Angleton with Meagan, of course, and as far as the fishing industry goes, I got into charter boat fishing when I was 15. Moved up to sport fishing yachts. Did that for about 6 years. Chased blue marlin tournaments and stuff like that from here to the Bahamas and everywhere in between, and kind of came back, settled down, and started fly fishing.
Yeah, man.
It's been a fun ride.
Heck yeah. Yeah, he skips.
Definition.
He says, just did the charter boat thing and stuff, but Barrett was, driving these boats from
Wasn't driving.
driving. Well,
I was
guiding.
contracted first mate.
Yeah. So he was going on these boats from Florida down, like you said, the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Didn't you go to Costa Rica too?
Not on a boat. I just went down there to surf.
On his off weekends.
Backpack and surf Costa Rica for about, what was it? It was like 3 months I was down there, just hanging out, kind of being a beach bum.
I mean, your family loves Costa Rica.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's only because, so they used to never travel.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to be away for Christmas, and Mom couldn't handle it, so she had to come. And then that's what really kicked them off on traveling and doing all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was just down there living out with a backpack and a surfboard bag.
So what
He disappeared for a few years.
what steps happened to backpack and fish Costa Rica? Like, did you just know somebody down there? Or did you
No. So my big deal is I was actually going to go into the Navy, and I told myself, if anything happened, because MEPS sucks, especially for an 18-year-old that doesn't want to be there.
Yeah.
And I told my recruiter, I was like, all right, man, if anything happens, I ain't coming back. And I was working on a sport fishing boat at the time. Went, did it, and I failed my hearing test. And then I was like, all right, well, they're like, we have to get a specialist in here. You're going to have to come back and do it all over again. I was like, that's not going to happen. If you want me to come, you get somebody in here today, or I'm not coming.
Yeah.
And he thought I was bluffing. And while my recruiter was driving me back to my house, I booked a plane ticket.
Why Costa Rica?
Surf.
Yeah.
Just go surf.
Oh, they surfed all the time.
Yeah.
Y'all tried to teach me, and I was not. I couldn't even make it. I couldn't even make it out there.
So you grew up surfing down here.
Yeah.
And surf. Okay. So wait. I mean, I've grown up in Texas. I've heard about surfing in Texas, but obviously this is not like the surf capital of the world. So
By any means. By any means. But I tell you what, if you can get good at surfing here, you can surf anywhere.
yeah.
Maybe not like big waves.
Yeah.
But because our waves are just so mushy.
You work so
crumbly,
hard.
and
Yeah.
It is. It's a lot of work to make the best out of a wave.
Yeah.
then you get to go somewhere like Costa Rica, or I've surfed Cali and stuff like that. And it's just a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
And it's just night and day difference.
All right. So back to this backpacking trip in Costa Rica. So you book a plane ticket, you get on the plane.
Yeah.
So you didn't know anybody down there. You're just
No, I had a one-way ticket, and I had to buy
This story cracks me up every time.
I had to buy a bus pass to exit the country to prove I had a way to leave before your visa's up. Because
okay.
you got to reset,
Yeah.
3 months, so you're not an illegal citizen and all that stuff. But yeah, so I had to buy a bus pass to show that at some point I was leaving the country to reset my visa. And so there's a surf camp. It's real big now. It's Witches Rock Surf Camp in Tamarindo. I started there, and I just went ahead and booked. They have like a week deal. You get to go surf Witches Rock, which is a real historic surfing spot.
Okay.
And all these points and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, well, I'll do a week there, get a feel for everything, and then figure it out.
Yeah.
And so I did that. I surfed, met some Australian dudes that were staying in a hostel. Didn't really know about hostels. Went and checked it out, and I was like, you know what?
So what's I don't even know what.
So you rent a bed instead of a room. So
you're in a bed in a room.
Yeah, but in the room you'll have like
Right.
2 to 4 sets of bunk beds.
Oh.
And so you share a room with a bunch of people, and you just get your bed. But it's like $10 to $15 a night.
Yeah.
I mean, it's somewhere to sleep.
It is. And
it's
I mean,
somewhere safe to
the only
sleep.
thing-
You're around other people.
the first time I ever heard about Hostel was like that horror movie Hostel.
Yeah.
That's what everybody says.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's the first time I ever heard about a hostel. I never watched the movie, of course, because I don't do horror movies. But
I definitely don't do horror movies.
yeah, I can get in kind of like Chucky or something like that, but like real like that kind of stuff, no. And like so, I remember when you first told me the story, like he stayed in a hostel. Like I'd have been a little worried,
Yeah.
a little scared.
Dude, it's so much fun because like you get to experience so much more than you would like going to a resort.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Because the people that work the hostel, they want you to come back. They want you to have a good time. So they show you all the like local stuff to go do.
there you
So
go.
you find all these little hidden gems, and then everywhere you go, I mean, there's still people from that trip that I talked to
Yeah,
Mhm.
that I've met. I mean, everywhere you go. So usually, like, if you don't have a plan, you walk in your hostel, and it's like high school. There's cliques, and there's usually 2 to 4 cliques, depending on how big the hostel is.
yeah,
And it doesn't matter. One of them's going to pick you up. I mean, like you're going
you're gonna make some friends. Yeah,
you're going to get clicked in, and usually what happens, you show up, you want to shower and everything, so you go take a shower, and someone just, hey, we're about to go to the bars, you want to come with us?
yeah.
Next thing you know, you're with them for 3 or 4 days.
It's spontaneous. It's a
Until they go to the next
spontaneous
one.
lifestyle.
No, it
It's
is.
completely spontaneous.
And it's hilarious because, like, so my buddy Tom and Zach, Tom was from the UK, Zach was from Australia. I wound up running into them like 4 or 5 times in different parts of the country.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so like whenever I showed up in Hako, like I had no idea because so they have like hostelworld.com and you can book hostels in advance.
Oh, okay.
A lot of times,
Not sponsored by hostelworld.com.
But instead of doing it, I was like, I'll just go walk around and see which ones I like.
Yeah.
I'll try to book them. So I get off the bus in Hako. So I was taking public transportation. I mean, if you want to ride for 6 hours with a bunch of chickens and stuff.
So it's just like what the movies are.
Yeah. You're a broke surfer. It works great. Just watch your board.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I get dropped off in the middle of Hako. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna start walking, looking for a beer. Next thing you know, Barrett, people yelling. I'm like, what the hell? And I'm looking, and they come running out of this restaurant. They're like, yeah, dude, we're staying right next door. Come with us.
Oh, how fun.
And then I stayed there.
Yeah.
That's how it went. Or like I met another couple from, it was Rory and Amy, I want to say was their name. And I met them whenever I showed up in Cape. I was just sitting at a bar and literally got off the bus and
Being an extrovert.
Yeah.
Talking to people.
And I mean, too, I'm sure it's kind of like, I like when I hear this, it kind of like equates like when we've been to Vegas, like for the NFR.
Yeah.
Like we went all the way out there, and I guess too, it's because like you're American or you know you're not looking like the locals, so you kind of like, oh hey man, what's your story? Where are you from? That kind of stuff. Yeah. I mean, we went all the way to Vegas that time and met a dude from Refugio. I'm like, dude, I'm from Goliad, and we're sitting here in Vegas at the same time.
Traveling is so cool.
Yeah,
traveling
like,
is really neat.
Getting to meet people and stuff like that.
And you knew Spanish. I mean, from what I remember, you took Spanish 1, 2. Did you take a second or third? I can't remember. You took a lot.
I took 3.
Yeah. So you
3.
took that's you went on the trip, right? When you're done, like you all knew how to speak like pretty fluid Spanish.
I was decent at it.
Yeah.
I'm not anymore.
Yeah.
Well, you're out of practice now, but I was sitting here thinking, I'm like, I forgot you took you were like in all of them. I barely got like 2 weeks into Spanish too, and I was like, I'm out. Like, I'm good. I have Spanish 1. I can ask for a beer. I can ask, where the horses are or whatever, where to sleep, bathroom, all the basics. But like, I mean, I remember you being in Spanish too, so like that was something.
Yeah. Somewhere in the depths of YouTube, actually, there is a Spanish music video.
Oh my gosh, there is. It's so funny. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I'll have to find that.
Yeah, you'll have to find that.
I'll have to find that for sure. I remember that.
Yeah, me and Ginger and.
Oh my gosh, Dakota. Oh my gosh. Yes.
So I guess like that helped with like going down there for sure. Cause I'm like, if you can't even speak the language and you're by yourself.
So in most of the places, they're relying on tourism and stuff. It's a lot of English.
Somebody speaks English.
You get off the beaten path. Yeah, you need some Spanish.
Yeah.
For the most part, English is fine.
Yeah.
You can definitely get by.
Yeah, so at the hostels, I mean, they were probably like kind of centrally located and they had like restaurants and stuff around there. Is it like the food pretty good down there?
Yeah. It's a little.
Is it fresh?
It's bland.
Yeah.
I got you.
Coming from like the South and everything, it's bland. But
yeah.
It's good. It is. It's fresh.
Yeah, they need some peanut oil and some butter and all kinds of stuff.
Some lard. Can we get some lard in Costa Rica, please?
Some store. I just kept it in my backpack for walking around town, not my big
backpack. Hey, there you go.
Yeah,
that's a good little tip. If you ever go down there, just pack your little thing of Tony's.
I mean, everybody I talk to, they're like, either they love it or because they're like, oh, it's like fresh juice every morning, and it's like all these fresh ingredients, right? Like everything's super fresh. But then you're like looking for something like wholesome or like dense, right? And you're just like, okay, beans? Like, I mean, what?
Hey, chicken, rice, black beans, and fried plantains.
Yes.
That's
my gosh, the plantains are delicious.
And then breakfast, add an egg.
Yeah.
That's true.
I forgot what they call it.
Yeah.
Just add an egg on top of everything.
Yeah, you find all these little alley mom and pop.
I haven't been. I want to go.
Yeah, Costa Rica's
I haven't been.
Fun.
Yeah.
From what I hear.
Sailfish? Is there somebody says they get a lot of sailfish there when they fish?
Yeah. The blue marlin fishing can get really good out of. It's right by Hako. It's a big famous resort. I feel like a dumbass for not remembering. But just north of Hako. Los Sueños.
Okay.
I think Los Sueños, they're real big. And then, but if you're farther north, like Tamarindo and stuff, so my buddy Garrett, he runs an operation up there out of Flamingo. They just made a big new marina, and he's actually he's been taught how to bill fish. He's good.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Azuela Sport Fishing Charters, I believe. And it's Captain Garrett. And he's good. I mean, he pulls dredges.
I mean, neither of us have done that.
Yeah.
We've never fished that way.
Not yet, but it's on the list. I mean, we're going out for tuna and stuff like that, red snapper out.
Yeah, you've gone more out for tuna than I have.
Running lines and running dredges and all that stuff. That's what we were talking about on the boat earlier. I was like, man, I really want to get on a boat just for a marlin tournament or something, and bring the camera and shoot video, take photos and stuff.
Just to be on the boat.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. We had
just capture it.
Well, buddy Kelby I went to school with. His sister was in my grade. He's a couple years younger than me. They just came back. They went to Cabo, and he took his camera out. We posted some photos on our Instagram and stuff, but his shots were awesome.
Oh,
yeah. That just kind of re-spurred. Yeah, kind of re-spurred. Man, I want to go do that. Just go shoot photos and video and stuff. It looks like a lot of fun.
Oh, Cabo can be sick. There's our friend Mason fishes Cabo a lot.
Yeah.
Like they used to go once or twice a year. It can be safe.
Yeah.
But yeah, if y'all want to do the Costa Rica thing, I like the Tamarindo Flamingo area. Like there's some touristy stuff, and I'm sure, and it's been years since I've been. I'm sure it's grown even more.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of it still kind of has that small town vibe.
If there's a farmer's market, I am in. And Brandon knows that. If there's a farmer's market, I'm in. Like, that's where we're going to go stay.
I mean, if somebody parked on the side of the road with a van, they have those memes like, free this or whatever. If that sucker said free rides to a farmer's market, Meagan, gone. She's gone.
Never to be seen again.
Never to be seen.
Well, I love me some fresh farmer's markets.
I mean, I love farmers markets too. They're awesome. And I mean, you always bring back good stuff.
Amazing.
I mean, I'm not complaining at all, but I'm just saying, if somebody had that van,
especially in the tropical areas, my gosh, the fruit is so good.
Yeah.
It's that part of it's definitely awesome down there.
So, like with this trip that you went on, so you said you were gone for 3 months.
Yeah.
So, what'd you do for like money?
I just saved up a little bit.
Yeah, and you just had money down there when you went. You didn't like pick up any odd jobs or anything like that.
No. I handed out a few of my sport fishing resumes around Los Sueños.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of them deals where they try to support the local guy.
Yeah, for sure.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I wasn't mad about it. I just figured while I was there, because I was there, I wanted to go see the marina. Because it's a massive marina. It's a beautiful marina.
Yeah.
I figured while I was there, I passed around a few resumes. Didn't pursue it too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you go on this trip. What was after that? So, what made you even? I guess your visa ran out, so you had to come back, or did you just
Technically, I didn't have to come back. I could have jumped over into Panama or Nicaragua.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many Americans that live in Costa Rica now, to where you also
hold on. Oh, we're good.
What is it?
Uh,
Headphones dying?
I think so.
Oh.
Yeah, they're red.
I wonder who let that happen.
Yeah, the headphones are dying, but we're still recording. It'll be all right.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Where were we? Oh, so anyways, on Costa Rica now, all you have to do is either go into Panama or Nicaragua for lunch. Have a receipt that shows that you left the country, and they restamp you on the way back in.
Oh, I don't know if we can publish that.
I mean, hey, it is what it is.
That is hilarious.
Well, I mean, some countries are laws you have to be out for a couple days.
But that's just the law?
Yeah, that's their law. You just have to leave.
I mean, that to me is like refreshing and mind blowing at the same time, if that makes sense. Like, it's crazy that's the law, but it's also okay.
But it's cool that you can still hop around
Yeah.
like that in places.
Like they have decided that's the law there.
Yeah.
That's
And
just
so
interesting.
It's pretty similar actually in Roatan over in Honduras.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hilarious because most of the people working there, it's a real big dive community. So they're all master divers, and you have a bunch of English and it's all over. Real cool community. But is what they do in Honduras is if you overstay your visa, the first 3 times it's $50 charge. and their slow season is Christmas.
Oh my god!
So all they do is they just pay the $50 charge, and then at Christmas everyone goes home, and then it resets.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, because the fourth one's like a $500-$600 charge.
Yeah, but even still,
ticket.
yeah,
not anymore. But yeah, so you just go home and then come back.
Did you research all of this, or did you have a guide who was like, "Hey, this is how it all works," or did you just find out as you went?
So I don't like doing touristy stuff.
Right.
Go places, so I go hang out with like
they
the
just told you.
locals
Okay.
and people that live there and stuff like that. But yeah.
So they just basically told you, "Hey, this is how it works," and
Oh yeah. Well, I was jacking with my dive instructor about it, and he's like, "No, man, that's all you gotta do." And, well, that's cool.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
That's hilarious, man. So you figure out that you can get your visa, but so what made you come back?
I don't know. I mean, just my mom came down and got homesick, so I decided to come back for a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, if mom comes, you know, she's
and Sarah's
she
the
is
best.
definitely not going to let you.
She really is the best mom.
She drugged me out of there.
Yeah. She wasn't just going to leave you. She's like,
all right, you've had your fun, Barrett.
Yeah, come back
Time
home.
to come home, Barrett.
So you know the look too.
I do.
Yeah, you know the look.
That's
not a
funny.
good
I
one.
do.
That's funny. So what'd you do when you got back? Is that when you like started doing the sport fishing stuff, or was it sport fishing
I
stuff?
started doing it.
Yeah.
Right out of high school, I went to A&M Galveston for a little bit, but I was still working on boats the whole time. And I'd already moved to sport fishers. I was working on 54 Bertram at the time, right before I went to Costa Rica. Whenever I came back, I don't remember what I did. I might have went to work for Mason doing metal buildings or something for a little bit, but
Oh, the
I
contract.
found another boat.
Yeah.
It was probably the smooth finish for to Mexico, which is another 54 Bertram, and it just kept going from there.
Yeah. So it was like that. The sport fishing stuff. I mean, it's pretty seasonal, I'm guessing. So like, or did it run year round? I guess if you
Just go further south.
go further south.
That's the answer.
It depends on the boat, and depends kind of on your contract. Like towards the end there, I mean, I worked for one for 2 years.
Yeah.
You know, with Potteray, it was seasonal ish. There was some work to pick up in the wintertime, but it was slow season, just little maintenance, stuff like that. The captain was real good. He looked over the boat quite a bit. You know, of course, saved money.
Yeah.
But then when I worked for like Big Torch, it was a contract. So I was there year round.
Yeah.
And then it would have been the same with Real Bounty as well when I moved to that boat. And then right after that's whenever I got into Olin and got into chemical plants.
Yeah. So like with those, were those like y'all took people out on charters, or was it just like private people doing the tournaments and stuff?
So the one I started on Potteray, that one, it was like half charter, half private. The owners would want to do some tournaments. And then in between, we were running charters like crazy.
Gotcha.
And but then all the rest, it was strictly private. You know, we went and just chased tournaments, or if they wanted to go to the Bahamas, if they wanted to go somewhere, then
Yeah, you take the
When you
road.
say-
where you going.
When you say the chase tournaments, you're talking about actually like following. Like, what do you mean by that? I guess.
So there's like a tournament trail. It starts off in. Is Orange Beach first? No, it's not. It starts in Venice, Louisiana, then which is the Cajun Canyon, and then it goes to the Mississippi Billfish Classic out of Biloxi, and then it goes to Destin, Sandestin for the Emerald Coast. I think I lied. I think the first Orange Beach tournament is before Louisiana. But anyways, and then after that, you can kind of make it work. There's the Triple Crown Cup, whatever, the finale, which is out at Orange Beach. And then right after that, you had Poco Bueno and Porta Connor.
That's the one I'm most familiar with.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm like, I know which one that is.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I know that one.
and then it kept going, because then they came out with the Lone Star Shootout. Then
Yeah.
you had the Rock Tournament, the Legends Tournament, and then they had something in South Padre.
Yeah. So all of these tournaments are out of the Gulf.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Yeah.
They're doing the Legends and Lace one this weekend, the Saltwater Legends series that they have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Poco Bueno was pretty cool. I never
I've
fished
seen
it.
so many posts from that.
Yeah.
So many posts.
I don't think I've ever even fished in Porta Connor. We just went to Porta Connor to have fun.
That's where the Legends tournament is.
Yeah.
Porta Connor.
Go to Sunday Beach.
I don't think I have.
Sunday Beach is pretty wild.
Port
It's
Corpus
right.
Christi
Yeah.
I've been to, but
Yeah.
Porta Connor I don't think I have. That's the one that's closest to Goliad though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you grew up going to Porta Connor all the time.
Yeah, we had some good times going. For sure.
To
It's not
say,
fishing.
Yeah, just not
to
fishing.
say the
Not
least.
fishing. I know. I got a Porta Connor Poco Bueno story, but I think I'm gonna have Bobby on the podcast.
Oh yeah.
and then
talk about that
we'll
together.
have to tell that story then.
Oh,
Because that was
until you meet Bob.
that was a good time. That
You're
was a
gonna
good
love
time.
Bob.
But yeah, so chasing the tournaments, man. Like what is? I mean, that looks like a lot of work. Like I said, I wanted to go and film and take pictures and stuff, but like I follow a bunch of pages on Instagram and like watch it, kind of keep up with it. I really don't know the boats per se, but I'll watch like when they post the weigh-ins and stuff like that, and it looks like work. Like you're fishing,
work.
Yeah.
Well, not only that. So with those boats, think about it this way: you have a 60-foot boat and the house to take care of. I mean, there's maintenance work on the inside because everything. They're just gorgeous boats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
high gloss,
they're so
cabinets or whatever wood that they want, and you got to keep on top of all that.
Yeah,
those owners expect those boats to stay pristine. So I mean, you got to stay on top of waxing, washing, clean the inside, stay on top of tackle, and there's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it because like I guess the 54-foot Bertrams you were on, like how much does that boat cost?
Those aren't that bad. The 62 Viking that I fished on for a couple years, because we picked that one up brand new from the Viking yard. That one was like 4.2
it's like
or something.
Yeah,
and then So I mean, they really expect those boats to stay.
Oh yeah,
I mean, it was for good measure. I mean, and for me, it was job security.
Yeah,
Keep the boat looking pretty. Get your compliments. Hey.
Yeah, I mean that's half of it, right? Not just look busy, but like keep stuff clean.
Yeah,
like that's the if you can't find anything else to do, clean something for sure.
Yeah.
Clean something.
Clean something.
I couldn't tell you how many times my captain walked in and yelled at me, and I was waist deep, upside down in the bilge with Windex.
Just cleaning something.
Yeah,
just cleaning something.
What the hell are you doing?
Want to look busy? Just clean.
Yeah, exactly.
Just clean.
So, like with those, did y'all like get any big wins in those tournaments or anything while y'all were doing it?
I took second in killfish at shootout one year. We killed a 507 on the Big Torch. We won first place catch and release, Louisiana. 1 year we won like second, third, and all the pots for tuna 1 year.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like with these, they're mainly you're going for billfish, which are like blue marlin, like what are sailfish?
Blue marlin, white marlin, and sailfish.
White marlin. Wait, that's completely. What is that? I've never heard that.
They look similar, but they're a lot smaller.
Okay.
Their fins are a little bit more rounded.
Huh. I probably would have just assumed it was a marlin. Like I didn't know there was two different.
Only reason I know is because I've seen like a billfish. They make those posters with all the different redfish and stuff, like Texas fish. And I saw a billfish one and it had a white marlin on it.
Okay, because I know how to decipher between a marlin and a sailfish.
Yeah.
Because I mean it's pretty clear.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've ever seen a demonstration or like an illustration of a white.
So a blue marlin.
Wow.
Their pec fins are crescent. They have
Mm-hmm. Oh.
And a white marlin, they're more paddle shaped. They're actually like oval almost.
Wow.
And then their dorsal fins, marlin, it comes to a point.
Yep. And it's real dramatic.
A whitey will be
smooth.
More curved.
Huh.
Okay.
More like a curve.
Okay. But the colors aren't that different? It's just a smaller size of a marlin?
Not really. There's a little bit of color change.
Yeah.
You know what you're looking at. So the quickest way is just look at the fins.
Okay.
And they're way small.
Yeah.
I mean, you catch little blues every once in a while, but.
Yeah, I've seen people catch like baby blue.
Oh yeah,
marlin.
they're like holding it in their hand. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Trippy when I see that. I'm just like, oh my god, because they're perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, they're really like the same thing. Yeah.
It just looks like a miniature,
like the little one you like soaked in your bathtub and like grew.
Yeah.
Like that's what it looks like. It's a little miniature sailfish.
I want one so bad.
A sailfish or?
Yeah, so I caught one. So sailfish are the only billfish that will grow to the size of their environment. So
that's fascinating. And it would stay the same size?
Yeah, and it's the only billfish too.
You want one in a fish tank?
Yeah. Get like a 250-gallon fish tank and have
find a safe.
That'd be pretty cool.
Oh man, that's pretty epic.
So I caught one night and we kept it in the live well.
Mm-hmm.
And the pump shorted out.
Oh.
And it killed everything in the fish tank.
It was
oh my god.
That sucks.
I almost had a pet sailfish.
That'd have been cool. I mean, yeah, you can get a 250-gallon tank. Like, I wouldn't mind. Like,
That like defines Barrett, pet sailfish owner.
yeah,
Like
it fits perfect.
Oh, I put the caption up there and everything. That's a title.
Yeah.
I
That's
love that.
pretty
I didn't
cool.
know that. So they're the only one though that'll do
I
that.
believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just stuff I'm
And
just
I
like.
could be totally wrong in it. But I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
they are.
Oh my gosh!
That'd be pretty cool.
That
I'd like
is
to have
funny.
like a stock redfish pond.
Can you imagine that they like redfish? Well, I guess we've only seen a couple stories of them being like backed up saltwater, getting so flooded
Yeah.
that it backed up. There was one that story.
Yeah, but like a stocked redfish pond, like
Pond.
people make bass ponds. Like I want a redfish pond.
just that'd be
So where we launched at today, there's some mud minnow ponds out back.
yeah.
There's redfish.
maybe redfish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can show y'all some pictures of me,
That's
like,
pretty cool.
on the pond's edge with my fly rod and redfish
Yeah.
and stuff.
Aw.
Look at that. I saw who was it? I think it was like Seek One or something. I think they did a video about catching redfish. I think they were on the East Coast somewhere, but they had a hurricane come through and it brought water in.
Oh yeah.
these
That's
tanks.
exactly the video. I'm
So
talking
the
about.
redfish, when the water came over, they just went in there, and then when the water receded, they just stayed in this big lake,
Right.
and then they just lived there. So they were fishing
and then the
on
drone
this
videos
lake.
and stuff. It was so crazy.
Yeah, they were catching redfish. But yeah, that's
Well, there's a Texas lake that's stocked with redfish.
which one
No.
is that?
Which one is it? It might be worth a Google. I can't remember off the top of my head.
I wish I
It might-
knew.
is it-
I know. Here, I'll look it up.
We need a Megan. Look that up.
I'm not Joe. You're not Joe Rogan. Okay. This is not a Joe
I
Rogan.
mean, Jamie.
scenario.
Jamie, look
I'm
that
not
up.
I'm not a Jamie. Okay.
That's funny. Oh man, we need a Jamie.
Now you made forget where I'm even looking up.
The
Texas lake.
Texas Lake.
Oh yeah.
redfish.
Texas. Okay, got it.
Yeah, I don't know if they still do it anymore. I know they used to.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I'd so much rather catch redfish than bass.
Well, that's what we were trying to do today. Just working our butt off for the Reds. They were, oof.
Yeah, they're.
You put us on them for sure.
That's
I-
shots.
I need to work on my casting.
We both do.
Yeah.
I
We
don't.
both do.
I don't. I like catching redfish. I like fishing for redfish, but I don't fish enough to be consistent at it.
Yeah. Well, side casting is not. I mean,
It takes practice.
Yeah.
we've both been bait fishing forever. Like,
yeah.
but we've been with Barrett. Barrett's like honestly, we come with him and we only side cast the entire time. Artificial, like it's
That's
challenging, but so much fun every single time.
I mean, how many backs did we see get today?
Oh my gosh,
So
it's
many.
so fun, and we have so much
Probably saw
footage.
30.
Yeah.
Oh, at
I mean,
least.
I was counting for a little while. I think we wound up around like 22 good shots at fish.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
least.
And it was either. Well, it wasn't either. It was me missing most of the time.
Or the shadow of a bird.
Yeah.
Like,
or
I
a
mean-
couple times I put it there and they just didn't eat, or
Yeah.
I put it on top of their house, put it on top of their head. I mean,
he's like, yeah,
Like,
we had a couple out of
couple.
100.
a couple.
We had a couple out of 100.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, like I said, I need to work on it. Need to get better. But
Oh.
if I'm fishing, this is what I like doing. It's
So
sight
they're-
casting redfish.
The redfish ponds are near San Antonio. That's the only thing I found. I'm not a very good Jamie. There are Calaveras and Bronnig lakes are each just minutes from downtown San Antonio.
I might check that out. I might have to do a field trip.
I mean,
That'd be worth the field
I
trip.
wonder if that's actually. Oh wait, no, that's from there. San Antonio, things to do.
Yeah.
San Antonio.
We're gonna cut that part out. We don't need everybody going and catching all the redfish before we get there.
Can be researching things. Let me tell people where it's at.
It's somewhere in Texas. Yeah.
Can be sharing all our secrets.
Can be telling you all
Every
those
time.
secrets. I'll lead you to water,
Our
but I
honey
ain't
holes
gonna
are
have to
honey
drink.
holes for a reason.
Right? That's funny. So working on the sport fishing boats and stuff, you didn't have your captain. Obviously, you were first mate, so you didn't. Is that kind of what led to getting your captain's license, or is that something you've wanted since kind of the beginning?
I've always wanted it. You know, something really good to have. And between the charter boats and then doing that, I had plenty of sea time.
Yeah,
Mhm.
So, like, I always jack with my buddy because he worked on them too. He actually, one of my friends, he still works on them. And I jack with him all the time. I was like, yeah, I got a 100-ton master's license to drive a 500-pound boat.
Just on my resume.
yeah.
Just chilling down there.
Hey, well, you never know, man. Things, might hit the lottery, get you a bigger boat.
Well, if that happens, I won't be driving it. I can promise you that.
Just every now and
hiring somebody.
There you go. Yeah, if you got a boat that big, that's
You're gonna book it on
like a Rolls
exclusive
Royce.
weekends
Yeah.
that you want, and then the rest of them, yeah.
Yeah, Rolls Royce is a car to be driven in. If you got a boat that big, you ain't driving it.
No, I know. But I mean, it's funny though, because like you're the friend with the boat for us, which is like that's what's so ironic about the whole thing right now. Even just the level that we don't have a boat.
Yeah,
and it's always like people always joke, oh, it's better to have the best thing to have is a friend with a boat instead of a boat yourself. So.
Yeah.
See, and I've thought about that, but I go too dang much.
Yeah.
And I can't. I mean, like I stay pretty busy throughout the year, but even on my odd days off, I'm still fishing
on the boat.
Yeah.
I'm still on the boat. I'm still fishing. I couldn't do it. It's funny. You can tell like we get a bunch of really bad weather, and I got to skip a weekend or something. Everybody at work will jack with me and like, oh yeah, haven't you been fishing? Have you? I'm real honored.
His girlfriend's like, man, he's being such an asshole.
Yeah, I'm walking around like, why is this concrete hard? Stupid.
I mean, I guess being so close down here, it'd be real hard not to have a boat. And honestly, man, your boat,
I love
freaking
your
love it. If I was gonna, if maybe when I get a boat, that would probably be like the style I would get. Like the skiff is, I love it. And I've seen some stuff they've been coming out with lately, and I can't remember like the new some new hole or something that they're making where they're still getting.
You sent me that.
Yeah, they're still getting in shallow water like skiffs, but they can get up on plane and like kind of go out a little bit. But like that skiff is where it's at for sure. Especially like I said, for the sight casting, redfish and stuff. I mean, you can't get any better than that.
Yeah, and I love mine. Hell, I've had mine 5 miles offshore before.
Yeah, if it's flat enough, you can get it. You can get out there, or if your balls are big enough.
Of being out there.
Yeah. Brandon said if it's flat enough, and Barrett's like, well, hold on, I got more experience. I can handle it.
Yeah.
So, well, no, it's because I mean, out there in a boat that small, you got to keep your head on swivel.
How long? Just the specs, because I don't know what they are, and you should just it's a Sabine, right?
Yes, yeah. So for all the listeners, it's a Sabine skiff. It's a versatile hull, and they're aluminum hull boats. They're 17.5 feet long. Can't remember the rest of the dimension.
You don't have to have the exact stuff, but it's it's a small. We love it. We were actually trying to describe it to your cousin yesterday. It's just the size of it. It's hard to describe to people and how low and flat. I mean, it's very specific.
Made for poling, the flats. Made to get skinny. I love it because it's aluminum. And y'all heard it today. I mean, we were chasing redfish over the oysters. And all you hear is just crunch all day, getting over oysters, getting the redfish. You don't got to worry about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a paint scratch.
Yeah.
I ain't taking fiberglass out.
Yeah. Now you can tell your boat's been working. Like you've definitely you've been working because we only run it maybe 1/16 of the time we run the motor. Like seriously, we don't run the motor, but like a teeny tiny portion of our trip. Like majority of the trip, he's pulling us through where we're going to be because it's like 2 inches, 3 inches of water.
Yeah.
In some areas.
I mean, today we got some of that softer mud, and going through it might have been like 5 inches in the mud, but
yeah, you were cleaning it off. You're like, dang, this mud.
This gumbo crap we have around here. Oh my god.
Yeah.
So fun though. We saw lots of reds.
So I know fishing international, chasing those tournaments and stuff like I know you have a spot away from America that's your favorite, but like besides home, if it is home, where is your spot in the US that you like?
In the US, man, I love the Everglades.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. Because I mean, for the past 4 years, me and Mason, we've been hauling my skiff to the Everglades and just running amok for a week. And you want to talk about getting lost? Oh my God. I tell you what, a mangrove looks like a mangrove, looks like a mangrove. If you start running through 10,000 islands and you start looking around, you're like, where the hell are we? And it's fun, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you get the snook, you get the redfish, you get the tarpon. It's a blast.
Yeah. So when was the first time you went down there?
2019, 3 weeks after I got the Sabine.
I took it. That's right.
Had you even put
Oh, and you know what? I remember you had some damage on it, right? Didn't
That
you?
was a different year. We were.
I thought it was the same year you got it.
No. So there's like 2 lakes, and it makes a T. This little creek, barely big enough for 2 boats. It makes a T, and there's 2 lakes. We fished one. We were putting to the other
To
boat.
the other.
And a local guy was on plane running that little creek, came around the corner, because you can't see all the mangroves are 10 foot tall.
Oh my gosh, I can't imagine
12
what
foot
that's
tall.
like.
So he just comes around the corner, and we had a collision, and broke my trolling motor off my boat, snapped my skeg off into his hole. Like, it was in there like 2-3 inches sticking out of his hole.
that sucker was moving?
He was moving.
I mean,
You know, and when you told me this story, I forgot you were coming around the corner of a mangrove. Like it's.
yeah, you know, it's not.
We're gonna have to put like a picture of like some sort of demonstration,
Yeah,
because it's completely different.
It's a wall. Like you can't.
If you have any photos, send them to us. We'll put them on the podcast.
Yeah.
But it's literally a wall. Like they're trees. They're not saltgrass at all.
So had you even put your boat in here before you took it to Florida?
I took one trip, or maybe 2, but yeah, no, I didn't have it long. We might have hunted teal season out of it. I don't remember when we went. Well, yeah, I got it in September. I had 1 weekend of teal season, and then we went in October to Florida. So yeah,
Once again, another trip. Didn't know exactly where you were going. Just going to Everglades.
We wanted to go, and I found this lady. So down there, I mean, it's a giant trailer RV park. We're in Flamingo. It's just a little island. And I found this lady that had a 5th wheel that had a deck on it, and it came with the boat slip. And I was Miss Georgia. Shout out to Miss Georgia. And I was like, all right, we're going.
Yeah.
And then on the way there, me and Mason were like, I didn't have GPS or nothing. So me and Mason were like, man, we should probably figure out a way to have maps with us.
Yeah.
That's probably not bad. Like,
That's a smart idea.
we're already in Florida. Like, we're through Pensacola. Yeah, we're already halfway there. I was like, yeah. So we found this app where it's a hiking app, actually. And you can select a section to download a satellite image on it. And then it uses your phone's GPS to track you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like, I guess, like Onyx.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, similar. And but yeah, that's how we ran the entire first time we went was off the cell phones. Sitting there looking at our phone and like, oh yeah, I think it's the left.
And y'all just looked up like where to put in and everything, like just
no. So we show up.
He's like, wait a second.
I didn't think that far ahead. We're gonna figure it out.
Look, they had a
Public boat ramp.
look, they know they could get there. They had a boat and they had a place to stay where they could put the boat. That's all that mattered. That's it.
And so we show up that evening, and of course, just after a 20-hour freaking truck drive,
Oh yeah.
you're like, okay, let's calm down, make a rum drink, chill, get everything situated. We make us a rum drink, and then some of the locals walk over and start bullshitting with us, and yeah, one of them's like, "You ever ran around here?" I was like, "Nope." He's like, "You know how to get out of here?" I was like, "Nope." And he's like, "All right, well, we're launching at, whatever, 7:00.
Yeah.
We're launching at 7 if you want to follow us through Rabbit Key Pass." And I was like, "Perfect." That's how we figured out how to get out.
That's so. I love like the fishing community. Honestly, I think it's so fun. It can be horrible.
Yeah,
It has its moments, but
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like everything, but it's nice knowing that like you can still go to places
and
like
there's
that,
good people.
and there's good people.
Yeah.
it's great. I love it over there. It's like stepping back in time. You look around, and everybody's wearing cut-off blue jean shorts, and like old cut-out sneakers and stuff. It's
Yeah.
like, yep, like some good old boys.
Yeah.
Out in the middle of nowhere. And they were, man. Another old man's like, "Hey, do y'all have any wading boots? There's a bunch of reefs around here." I'm like, what do you mean there's a bunch of oyster reefs? Like, we're in Florida. This is sand.
Yeah.
He's like, no.
Yeah.
Negative. This is all oyster. And I was like, oh, we have flip-flops. He's like, well, if you need to borrow some wading boots, let me know and y'all can take them. I was like, all right, on. That's old man.
Yeah. Yeah.
We didn't do it, but
Yeah. The offer was there.
I was like, man, it's really cool getting to see like some, because you don't see there's not a lot of respect on the water anymore.
Yeah.
There's not courtesy. There's not a lot of respect on the water anymore. And to be down there and see it again and really feel it. I mean, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's a cool place.
It makes you want to go other places. It makes you want to travel and do stuff. So, I mean, like,
yeah.
And I try to tell people, dude, if you like hunting, if you like fishing, dude, hunting your home place and fishing your home place is cool.
Yeah.
But going other places and seeing how maybe somebody does it different and they're still catching fish or killing animals, like that is real cool.
I think that's one of the only reasons. It's funny when I asked Brandon if he wants to travel somewhere, he's like, well, what kind of fishing they got, or like what's he already knows. If I tell him somewhere specific, he already knows what mammals are there. But then he'll also ask, oh, okay, we're going to like South Carolina. Is it Reds, like, are the Reds running, or like whatever? So he wants to go like submerge himself.
That is my whole thing for traveling. Like, we can go see like cool monuments and stuff. Like, we went
historical,
to Montana,
historical stuff too.
Yeah. But like, if we're going anywhere else, like I'm either hunting or I'm fishing.
Yeah,
because like that hunting in that place. I mean, I don't know, because you can watch Jim Shockey and Uncharted and stuff, and I've been on a little YouTube kick with them.
Oh,
but I remember, but I remember him saying like, how else do you like really learn about that place besides like hunting and fishing it and like eating the food and doing all that kind of stuff? Like, I mean, cool, you can go to Florida and you can go to Disney World, but like that's not Florida.
Yeah,
it's Disney World.
Yeah,
and you can go to these like resorts in Mexico. You can go to these resorts in Costa Rica, but that's not Mexico or Costa Rica. When I go to these places, I want to see the real place, not the little American embassy that's
and the real people
dropped there for Americans to come to.
Yeah, the real people. I mean, that's where this whole thing started. It's like the communities.
Yeah,
and like the same, I guess, not strengths, but the same beliefs and the same like things that you hold dear to you as far as like gathering and providing for yourself. Like, if you are able to connect with people, if you speak English, Spanish, whatever, like they're going to enjoy your company and you're going to have a good time.
Right.
If you have the same like characteristics, it's the wrong word, but I'm thinking about values. There you go. The same values.
It's just like if somebody came to visit Texas, like, I'm not going to take you to Cowboy Stadium.
Yeah.
Like, you can see that on TV.
Yeah.
Like, if you come to Texas, like, I'm going to take you to a rodeo. We're going to go get some barbecue. We're going to, like, do Texas stuff.
We're going to hunt hogs.
Yeah, you hunt hogs. But, like, we're not going to Dallas Cowboys Stadium. Yeah. Like, no. If anything, if you want to go to a football game, I'm going to take you to, like, a 3A or 4A high school football game, and I want you to see that. I want you to see like town shut down and streamers
homecoming
and the team
game.
Colors everywhere. Like, that's what I would take you to see, not the Cowboys.
Right.
But
yeah, and you get to learn some of the coolest stuff when you're actually just are open to talking to people.
Yeah.
I think that's like a testament to what you were doing. It's just being open to like making new connections and.
Oh, for sure. You have to be, especially down there, because like I said, we didn't know anybody. Yeah. There's not a CTO to come get you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're just like
if you mess up, you mess up, and it can. And over there, it's wild.
Mm-hmm.
You can go the whole day without seeing another boat.
In the Everglades?
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I mean, we had multiple days where
seeing or hearing one.
Yeah.
Or just oh man, because like you could hear one probably on the other side of the mangroves. Like, we see them all the time in the saltgrass because you could see for like a long time.
Yeah.
But there have been days where like we've been out there and there hasn't been maybe one boat, that's running 200, 300 yards the other direction.
Like, you might see them. So there's like a bay like around Flamingo and then like the mangroves will start on the other side.
That's so cool.
And you'll see boats in there, but you start running out.
You by yourself.
Yeah, you don't see anybody.
You on your lonesome.
I mean, like a packed day, you'll see 4 or 5 boats.
Yeah,
and that's a heavy traffic day.
Yeah,
usually you see 0 to 1.
Dang.
And usually, if you see one, it's whenever you're running in.
Yeah.
So
Golly, so like, is it all pretty shallow water? Like, does it, like, what's like the deepest it gets down in the Everglades?
no, it's
I guess if you,
in Florida standards, it's shallow. In Texas standards, it's a normal bay.
Okay.
yeah,
I'll put it that way. Like, you know, they do have major tide swings. You do have to be aware of that, and especially around oyster reefs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because I mean, it goes from a beautiful bay. You come back later, and there's oyster reefs 2.5 feet out of water.
yeah,
Mhm.
And so you kind of got to be aware of that. But I mean, for the most part, my jack plate stays all the way down. It's not that.
I got you. Well, that's pretty cool. I mean, like, and then, so you said snook, redfish, tarpon.
Oh, the tarpon.
And triple tail, depending on what time of the year you go.
Okay, and the mangroves too, and of course, like mangrove.
They'll get up on the mangroves, but they crab for stone crab over there.
Oh, stone crab is so good.
Yeah, and so you go. I forgot where the park boundary is. It's like 2 miles. You'll know when you reach it.
Yeah.
There's just a line of crab traps for as long as you can see.
You know when you're there.
Yeah.
If you're having a bad day, that is the best thing to go do.
Yeah,
Turn the radio on, crack a beer, just barely get it on plane, and just run the crab traps.
yeah.
You'll see triple tail.
Huh.
You see
That'd be
one,
cool.
turn around, go back to it. You don't even need the trolling motor or nothing. Just
Yeah.
stay about 50, 60 feet away from it.
Yeah.
Just make a cast on it.
And they taste pretty good, huh? As
Oh,
the
they're
triple tail.
delicious.
Yeah.
I don't think
That's what I've
ever
heard.
had
They're
triple
good.
That's the one thing I've heard about them is that they're really good. I mean, there's some fish that everybody says are okay. We think redfish is really good,
tail. Yeah.
but trout is its own thing.
No.
It's not.
It's mushy. It's mush.
Okay, so I'm glad y'all agree on that
Yeah,
because like
I'm not a trout.
he laughs at me when I catch trout. He's like, "Oh, you can have that trout." Like
Yeah.
'cause he's like
Yeah.
redfish, anything bigger, honestly, but
Tuna,
Well,
like snapper,
yeah,
all that kind of
bigger
stuff. But, like,
fish.
most of the time we're buying that. Like we don't
Right.
catch tunas. We've only been like tuna fishing a couple times, but
Yeah.
redfish.
redfish are bigger. It's basically
Trout's going back every time.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
single time.
But I've heard the triple tail is like super good.
Oh, they're delicious.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
I've never caught one of those. I don't think you have. Or-
No. I don't think I've never even like seen one or like been on a boat with somebody. that's
Me
caught a
neither.
triple tail.
Me neither.
I was really hoping it was going to stay calm enough to take
To
out
see
the
one?
triple tail fish.
Oh no
Yeah.
no! What'd you say that you said? Oh, look over there. There's a sheep farm.
Yeah.
Nothing but white
It's
caps.
White caps.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, I guess we're not going triple tail fishing today. It looks like a sheep farm out there." Because there was white caps from the wind. The wind was pretty gnarly today. I mean, that's we said earlier that we just bring it with us every time we
Yeah,
come
pretty
down here.
much. It is.
Yeah.
It's blowing every time we come.
It's always been windy, but so fun.
Yeah. So with the tarpon, when y'all were fly fishing this whole time, or y'all take like kind of mixed tackle, or how were y'all doing it?
The first time we went, it was mostly conventional tackle, and we just run and gun.
Yeah.
Trolling motor stayed on like a 9, and we're just plugging mangroves, trying to figure out where fish are staying, kind of figuring out a pattern, and then after that it was mostly fly fishing.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of like once you see how they act and react to stuff, then you kind
Yeah.
of like pick your fly and which one you want to use and all that.
Not only that, but so everything down there looks fishy.
Okay.
And a big saying down there, 90% of it looks great.
Yeah.
And 90% of the fish are in 10% of the area.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And it's massive. Because, I mean, everywhere you look, there's a mangrove corner with the tide making this nice eddy. There's a beautiful flat. There's this, there's that. You get on one, it's dead. We'd pull up somewhere, drop trolling motor, fish for 10 minutes. We don't have a bite, we're rolling.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And we're just...
I mean, you got a lot of ground to cover and a lot of places like you need to go find. So if it's not hitting, like just
Mm-hmm.
just
Move on.
move
Yeah,
on.
just move.
Don't
On to
even
the
worry
next
about it.
one.
Yep.
Yeah. Just got to not really spraying and praying, but like you're just checking spots. Oh, that looks good. Here,
Mhm.
stop here. Nope, nothing there. Keep moving.
Yep.
Well, that's pretty. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't know any other way to do it. I mean,
He's
I'm-
the expert.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
No, he's always been really good at explaining. You honestly do a great job of kind of explaining it to us too. Like,
Yeah,
where we're like, oh, okay, make sure, not that we're going to have to, ride with anybody else really, but like just to know without you even having to say it, just kind of like looking around that corner and like looking at that drainage and all this other stuff. So we learned a lot.
So what was the first fish that y'all caught down there?
I think it was a snook. It was either a snook or a redfish. Because I remember Mason making the comment the very first day of us driving 1,500 miles to catch another freaking redfish. I don't think it was the first one. I think the first one was a snook.
Yeah.
But
That would have been so funny if it was the first one, though. That'd have been karma.
To catch a redfish.
Another redfish. It probably looked different. Probably darker.
Baby, you think so?
I don't know.
hey, I'll give them one thing. For whatever reason, they fight harder.
Really?
Oh my God. Yeah. I'll never forget it because the first redfish we caught over there, it wasn't but like a 20, 21, 22-inch fish.
Mm-hmm.
Damn thing fought like a 6-pounder, 7-pounder. Like it was getting it
Mm-hmm.
and got it up. Like, what the hell is this?
So are the reds in the mangroves too? I mean, that's all of it's snook, reds, tarp. I know the tarpons and snook, obviously, but I didn't know about reds for sure.
They're all in the mangroves.
That's wild. Very cool.
Yeah, it's cool because you'll be like pulling a flat in the mangroves and they'll literally, they just come out of the roots.
Mm-hmm. Just like they would the grasses here.
Pops up.
Wow. But it's deeper. What you were telling us.
And some spots. You still find your flats and kind of.
Yeah.
But they're still living the same areas. They just fight harder. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's neat, and oh my God, it'll piss you off so bad. Like once you have your high tide, and it gets so high over there, and all the water pushes back in the roots. You'll be fishing something, and you'll hear fish just going apeshit 50 yards back off the mangrove, so you can't even see the splashes.
Yeah,
and they're just back there.
You just hear them.
Blowing up.
It's like I can only get back there.
Yeah.
You can't do it.
Yeah, there's no way. You can't crawl through that stuff.
No.
That's like taking like South Texas and putting
an
it in
option.
the water.
Yeah. No option there.
Did y'all catch any tarpon that first trip?
We found some, pulled hooks on 2.
Yeah.
But that was it. It was pretty slim pickings on tarpon wise. And then the next trip we did pretty good. We had one day we went 3 for 4.
Yeah. On big ones?
Biggest one was 76.
Yeah. I mean, that's a big fish.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say,
We went from like little 20-inch fish to
it was 60, 61 or 62 inside length.
Yeah.
So to the fork of the tail to the jaw.
Yeah. So we still had
that's a cool fish.
a little bit hanging off on
and
each
they're dinosaurs.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're
truly dinosaurs. Like tarpon are cool looking.
Yeah.
They're a special fish, and they definitely they hold a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
And I mean, if like a lot of people, I mean, I didn't know for a long time until when I started in high school, we were fishing in Rockport and we went and visited Tarpon Inn.
Oh, yeah.
And then you figure out how that used to be like the tarpon capital of the world.
Oh, yeah.
And like only time I heard about tarpon were in Florida.
Yeah.
And like, no, they were here in Texas too until, they got fished out.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's a different time. And they weren't
time.
thinking, I guess. But yeah, it's a different time.
Different time.
But it still would be cool to see tarpon like they were.
In numbers?
Yeah, in numbers like they were here. Because, I mean, like you said, it's 1,500 miles to Florida.
It's not a quick feat.
Yeah, and you might not catch a tarpon, So
the day I catch a tarpon, I will be very, very happy.
Yeah. I mean, of course, I mean, like everything else with me, like I'd like to catch one in Texas.
Of course.
Texas tarpon. There you go.
Yes.
Head south.
Yeah.
Yeah, South Padre is pretty good fishery for them.
I mean, like they have snook. Yeah, they have snook down there too.
I've hooked in some. I haven't landed one, but I hooked into 2 like good, like mid 30-inch.
Yeah, and this is before I knew how cool that fish was when I caught mine.
Yeah, I've never fished down in South Padre like that much. Like that, we did that cast and blast and stuff.
Oh yeah, in September.
But that's still a little farther north than South Padre.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Mansfield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So make a trip down there and go check that out sometime.
Hey, I'll book Airbnb any day in Padre. Let's go.
I've been to, was it that Slitterbond down there? We went on a trip, South Padre, been to the beach.
I say
and stuff.
Padre. I should say South Padre to be specific.
Yeah.
Because there are.
You could be in Corpus.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Exactly. I was just there. That's a big difference between Padre and
South Padre. Yeah. Got to go past the
I
checkpoint.
just call it Padre, but
Not just Sam Port Isabel.
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See the
Stay away from everybody.
Yeah, have some space.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool, man. Like, the story that I wanted to hear again, because I've heard it before, was the whale shark story.
Oh yes,
That was a cool one.
that popped up on Facebook, and I said, "Oh my gosh!"
I remember when, like,
We
Megan
were
and I
together.
we were dating, and she goes,
think.
"Yeah," because I mean, how else would I have seen it?
I could have showed it to you just because it's cool. 10
I-
years ago,
something like that.
it's been a while since you were down there.
So I mean, like, you came in like, look at my friend Barrett. He swam with a whale shark, and I'm like, he swam with a whale shark, and I'm like thinking like, oh, okay, like got some like SeaWorld
No,
VIP
Shark.
VIP experience. I don't know, like
Man.
that.
There is one in the Atlanta freaking zoo. There's a whale
So
shark.
I'm thinking it's like a
You can swim with
VIP
it.
experience in SeaWorld or something.
friend
Like,
Barrett swam
no,
with
I
it.
see this video and he's
on
in
a
the
charter.
on a charter in the middle of the ocean.
That was a private. That was private. But yeah. So we were pre-fishing Poco or the shootout. I don't remember. One of the two.
Yeah,
Out of Port Connor. And yeah, that was actually a really cool trip. So we had my owner, his wife, and his two little girls with us on that trip. And we went and we got to let the girls catch some tuna,
Yeah.
put them in a fight chair, and we busted out the electric reels, and we were catching like yellow-edged grouper and tilefish.
yeah,
And while we were doing that, that's whenever originally there was actually two of them. That one stayed and hung out. He hung out with us for like 15, 20 minutes before I jumped in the water.
Oh, so
And he would just come up and check us out. And he'd go around the boat and come back up and look at us.
Yeah.
And, yeah, we finally jumped in and I swam with it for a little bit. And then I got to get my owner's wife and daughter in the water and they
Yeah.
got to grab it.
dude. That's,
you had the GoPro going, and they like
Yeah.
filmed you jumping in from the top deck.
Yeah, they were up in the tower.
I mean, it was just the coolest. Your mom was just like, speaking of your mom again, but she was just like the proudest. She was like, look how cool my son is. Like, it was the coolest post ever. And like, we weren't, like, nobody was really talking. Like, you were offshore. Like, nobody really talked to you. You were doing your charter thing. It's like, kind of like, you went off the grid for a little while, just like worked down there. And it was nuts.
Well, back then, I mean, I was gone
Yeah.
9 months out of the year.
Yeah.
yeah,
But it was one of the coolest things to see.
Oh, it was really cool because you would like grab them and ride them, then let go to come back up for air, and he would go and then circle back.
Do they
around.
interact with you? That's so crazy.
Yeah. He would go and then he would pull you for a little bit. He'd let go and kind of swim back to the boat. You would come back around. And,
like your own little.
Yeah. Are like, so was it an older one? Like, do they know how old it was? Or like, it looked, I don't know how big they get. I know they get really big.
it wasn't as big as the other one. That was.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a big one. Like it was a good sized whale shark.
Yeah.
But the other one was probably like 10 feet longer. Like it was a monster.
Yeah,
But,
And I know they're not, they're sharks, but they're whale sharks, right?
yeah.
So they're
super chill.
so cool. They're spotted and they're beautiful. And like, that was just one of the coolest things. Yeah.
So is that probably like one of, like the coolest thing that you've seen or done out there?
Offshore is definitely one of them.
Yeah,
I say offshore. In general, that's one of the coolest ones.
I mean, yeah, you can't. I mean, next, I mean, you swim with killer whales. Like Free Willy throws you up in the air or
Free
something.
Willy be eating you.
Yeah.
If he's throwing you up in the air, he's eating you.
Gator don't play with it.
Yeah. Barrett's like, nah, bitch.
Yeah,
That's
funny, man.
Yeah. I almost messed up one time. We had this giant pod of dolphins come and check out our boat. And I want to say the owner's wife was with us again. She was like, oh, look at all the dolphins. And it was after the whale shark. She's like, why don't you jump in and swim with those? I was like, oh, that's not a bad idea. Well, my captain yelled from the top. He's like, don't do it. They got calves. I was like, oh, yeah. don't want to do that. I was like, well, here, I'll feed them, and threw them a couple. We had some tunas from the night before that we didn't use for chunking, some blackfins.
Yeah.
That were mostly cut up and used. So I threw them over for them, and then you just saw this swarm of sharks come up. I was like, oh man, that was a good idea to stay in the boat. I mean, it was just like 50 sharks, like 10 feet out of the boat. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
As soon as the chum hits the water, it's like frenzy.
Like, okay.
Yeah, it's like those oil rig videos.
Oh my gosh.
Where they throw stuff off the oil rig and it just hits the water and the
Yes.
sharks just come from everywhere.
They go insane.
You seen any like pretty big sharks out there?
Yeah. I was spearfishing. We call them the Baracho rocks. And there's some little hidey hole rocks that we know of.
Yeah.
And I was spearfishing those and shooting snapper. And on my way up, we had like about 12, 13 foot tiger shark come by.
Oh.
It's like, all right, it's time to get out.
And they're pretty. Like I like sharks. I think they're cool, but like
Yeah.
only because I'm educated on sharks. Tiger sharks get so big,
Yeah.
and like I still think they're very pretty, but like they're pretty. Like
That's the shark.
they're
that
just
grabbed that
so
dude the other
aggressive.
day.
I know. Oh no, the bull shark.
No,
The tiger shark?
Not the one in the Everglades. That one was the guy was just putting a fish back and he like
Oh,
held his
the tiger
hand
shark.
and the bull shark bit him. But no, over in Greece, that video, that shark
Oh, that was
attack,
the tiger shark.
that was
Yeah,
that was the
they
tiger
get
shark.
so massive. Like
I don't know if it was Greece.
I
but it
don't
was
know
somewhere
if it's tigers and hammerheads that just end up getting so. I mean, obviously you have great
like
heads.
a great hammerhead,
Right,
yeah.
but like they just are huge sharks. Like their bodies are just my gosh.
I've spearfished around bull sharks and all kinds of sharks, and I don't mind them.
Yeah.
Because you can read them. They give off body clues.
Yes, that's why he wants to swim with them.
Yeah.
Tiger sharks, not so much.
Are they moody?
They don't give you a lot of, like, if you swim with a bull shark, you can tell they start getting twitchy.
Yeah.
They start just getting fidgety.
Yeah.
Okay, that's them letting you know, hey, you need to get out of here.
Uh huh.
For the most part, if you stay calm, they stay calm, and it's all good. Those tiger sharks, there's just something about them. They don't really give you a whole lot.
Mm.
It probably goes with their name. I mean, it's the same way I feel about cats versus
Pouncing?
dogs.
Yeah.
No, like a cat. Like
Oh.
1 minute you could be sitting there petting a cat or something, and it's fine. And then next minute,
You
like,
have the worst luck with cats though.
I mean, I don't like cats, but I mean, they'll just turn on you. Like a dog ain't gonna turn on you. So I mean, like when you walk up, if that dog doesn't like you, he's gonna tell you that he doesn't like you from the jump. He ain't gonna like cuddle up to you and then and then bite
all
you.
of a sudden.
No, yeah, tiger sharks are different. I do want to see one. I mean,
I've never
like
seen one
sharks.
in person, but I think I've seen just obviously Nat Geo because you're Nat Geo.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, they're beautiful sharks.
Yeah. I've seen bull sharks, but like that's probably it. And then like black tips.
I've seen lots of
offshore,
blue sharks and
that
black
kind of
tips.
stuff. But
black
like,
tips are annoying.
I'd like to see a great white
So
up close. Tiger shark, hammerhead.
Mm.
Yeah.
Spinner sharks are fun. Although they look just like a black.
What about those Mako?
Oh, or Mako. that'd
Mako
be cool,
sharks.
too.
Those
I've seen
are
one.
Do you watch Robert Fields? I think we asked you this already on YouTube.
No.
He's got the.
He's in Panama.
Uh huh. Oh my
and
gosh, we must.
Los Buzos.
Oh
So
my
they
gosh.
do kayak fishing. So they'll
Bruce
go
is
out of
so
Los Buzos and kayak out, or they're like mothership down the coast, and they'll do like camping trips and stuff like that. But like they rooster fish, Cubera snapper, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But he had one like
And a Mako.
a Mako, like they had live bait trolling off the back.
Mm-hmm.
Mako hit it and jumped out of the water like right next to him and just boom,
It was
hit the
a
water
show.
and like
It was
went
a
up
show.
again and then hit the water again. I'm like, man, like
Those Mako sharks go nuts.
that kayak fishing looks fun.
But those are fast
But
sharks.
like, that right there is like
Aren't they
they had one dude
fastest?
hook onto a marlin and drug him 15 miles out. They had to get the Ponga boats and just follow along
yeah.
with him
Oh,
until
yes.
that like
The glories of YouTube.
whew, just getting drugged by a fish just out to sea.
It's crazy.
Cool.
What was
Yeah,
it? What was
as long
it?
as those other boats
He was,
are like
calling,
coming.
He was calling his dude. He was like, I don't remember his name, but he was just like calling him over the radio over and over and over and over and over. And he was like, I'm sorry, dude. Like I was like in the shed or something. And like
yeah,
they're waiting on him to come out there. And he's like, he's already like
5-6 miles out.
he's already so
And
far
he's just
out.
like pedaling with his kayak, just going after it. Yeah, they wound up picking him up and then going out there. Be like, yeah, that'd be a cool, like Panama. Like I'd like to go to that side of South America and go fish down there. Both sides, obviously, but like the Pacific side.
Yeah. See, I want to go. There's a place. It's called San Blas, and it's a bunch of islands given to the natives way back in the day.
Yeah.
And so each like family owns their own little island, but I want to go over there because there's a lot of people that go and snorkel and stuff, but you don't ever see anything about like fly fishing and stuff.
Yeah.
Bonefish, permit.
Oh, bonefish.
You look inshore, there's a bunch of rivers. Like there's got to be a good tarpon fishery there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
It just makes sense the way it's, yeah.
Yeah, and so I'm pushing him right now. Cap's dad, he's a big sailor. And I'm trying to get him to get his ASA license, American Sailing Association.
Uh-huh.
It's like a captain license for sailboats.
I got you.
But then you can privately rent sailboats
Mm-hmm.
in other countries and stuff using that.
Yeah.
So that way we can go down there and
Rent a sailboat.
go to some of the little off the beaten path and go check out like the bonefish.
So is that the only way you can do that? Like with a sailboat versus like a bigger boat or
I'm sure you could, but price wise,
it's easier to get the sailboat.
Yeah.
Okay. I've never even been on a sailboat.
Yeah. Me neither. But
I'm trying
if it gets me out there, you know what? I'll go.
We'll try it out.
Oh, yeah.
It can't be too much difference.
Yeah, he knows how to sail. He does it all the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, like he's one of those guys. Like he has this little catamaran, and him and his buddy, I forgot what hurricane it was. They went out to the dike, and I mean it's only like a little 16-foot sailboat, and they were sailing the hurricane winds down the dike. Like he's that kind of guy. Yeah. It's super cool, dude.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, that's cool, man. Well, man, I know we had like a good time today catching redfish, and we'll be back and catch some more.
Oh, for sure.
We're gonna have our cold weather trip.
Yeah, I got to work
Got a hot weather trip and a cold weather trip.
Got to work on our casting for sure, man. But like, yeah,
we see that every time, and I feel worse every single time too.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
really
you have a fly rod.
I know.
And you have 2-3 regular rods. One's broke.
Broke my rod.
Yeah, that one's broke.
Can we really take that to Victoria and they really will fix it?
I don't know. You gotta ask. It's Waterloo? I don't know.
Somebody told me Waterloo. They said that if you take it to the Victoria, like.
I mean,
it depends on the break.
I know, because mine's like at the very end.
How'd it break?
The door. Like.
Yeah, no.
Damn it.
No.
That sucks.
No. If it's a manufacturer.
Oh, I gotcha.
Something.
I'll pay for it to fix it. That's fine with me.
Well, you can't just fix that.
It's like, that sucks. It's my salinity rod. I'm so sad about it.
Well.
We can cut that out, though, please. Thank you.
No, we're leaving that in there.
No, cut that out. Fine. Hashtag real life. I went to a fishing tournament.
Hashtag real salt life.
No.
Real salt life.
Now it's okay.
Real salt life.
We need to do another, speaking of salt life, let's do one on teal season. Because you hunt teal season. But you...
I haven't in a while.
You haven't in a while?
Yeah.
I've only hunted ducks twice.
Public land, it killed me.
Oh, you talked about that last time.
Yeah. So I used to be a real big, I mean, like we'd go to Oklahoma, we'd travel, go chase birds.
But what do you hunt now? Or do you hunt anything now?
I got a deer lease in Bracketville. And then, so my buddy Adam, he has 1,000 acres up here in Angleton off the Brazos, and it has those sloughs.
Wow. Yeah.
It's great.
Good.
Show up. It's mostly wood ducks and gadwall, but it's all flooded timber.
I love the wood duck sound. One of them flew over the house the other day.
That whine.
I love it. It sounds so pretty. But yeah, you do quite a bit outside of fishing too, which I think that's fun.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know, not as much duck hunting anymore as I did, but yeah, I do that quite a bit. You got a bunch of flooded timber and getting to break down ducks through the trees and everything.
Yeah, see, that's something that we have. The 2 times or actually 3 now, I've been out of a blind in like open skies. And I've seen the timber hunting and I've always thought it was really cool.
Yeah, go to Arkansas, stuff like that.
Georgia. Yeah.
If we do like a late November or early December or something like that, for our cold weather trip, we'll squeeze in a morning duck hunt.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Cast and blast. Blast and cast.
There you go.
It's been great.
Yeah, I like it, man. We'll
Yeah.
do another one for sure. At least when we come down and come fish and stuff, give a little fishing report.
Yeah.
Every time. Not
Where can they find you on like Instagram?
Instagram.
They text you.
Instagram, and it has my phone number and my email address. It's gguideservices@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Garrison Guide Services.
Yeah, and we'll tag everything and put it in the show notes, and then we'll have it playing in the video too. But yeah, if you want to go sight cast some redfish, hit Barrett up.
Yeah.
He'll take you out.
Practice.
It's a good time.
Practice.
He'll put you on him.
Yeah.
It's just fly fish. I do conventional too.
Yeah.
But we're not throwing a popping cork either.
No popping cork.
No popping corks. Well, Barrett, appreciate you coming on the podcast, man. As always,
Appreciate
good
you.
time hanging out. Yeah, anytime, man. Anytime. You want to come on and give us a fishing report? We can do that too. Sounds good, man.
All right.
Thanks for listening, guys.